Despite the 2015 loss of the Venezuelan rice market, Guyana over the years has continued to push to further develop the rice industry. With this approach, rice production figures have continued to rise, as is proven in the most recent statistics. On this InfoHub Extended, we take you through several reports which highlight the strides made in strengthening this important sector. Among the achievements, we find the development of a new paddy variety and the acquisition of new rice markets. We begin with Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder's January 4th interaction with farmers of Blackbush, Maibukuri and surrounding areas in Region 6 at an outreach organized by the Prime Minister's representative, Gobin Harbajan, to address issues raised by the farmers over an extended period.
Minister Holder pointed to the fact that the rice sector is in a better position than in previous years. He highlighted the new market secured since the failure of the Petro-Carib deal.
We are now on a pretty good path of development for rice, because as you'll probably hear from the other members of my team, certainly Mr. Hassan, we have secured new markets for rice, and we need to get, for many reasons, expansion in our rice cultivation area.
The minister said that the loss of the Venezuelan rice market due to the fall of oil prices called for the exploration of new markets.
Many of you might know that in the not too distant past, in the recent past as a matter of fact, we relied very heavily on the Venezuelan rice market. That was a market where we were getting probably the best prices for rice in the world. But then Venezuela was buying rice at a very high price because they were selling oil to us at a very high price as well. At the time, oil was $120 a barrel. Oil now is running around $50 a barrel and fluctuates from 30 to 50. So the price of oil has fallen tremendously since those times. And Venezuela obviously could not continue paying high prices for rice and then selling oil at low prices. So the market had eventually to go. Of course, Venezuela is facing other problems as well. So they pulled the rice market in 2014. So from 2015 onwards, we had to get back to finding other markets.
Currently, rice is supplied to 34 countries, which includes 5 new markets, with Mexico and Cuba purchasing the greatest amounts. General Manager of the Guyana Rice Development Board, Nizam Hassan, who was also at the outreach, added that there indeed is an increased number of markets for Guyana's rice and rice products.
Notwithstanding that, as Minister mentioned, the government-to-government arrangement of rice that had occurred prior to 2015, notwithstanding that that had ceased, private millers have been exporting to Venezuela, and we exported almost 35,000 tons of rice to Venezuela in 2017. Mexico, of course, as I just mentioned, led the way in terms of the imports, and that was backed up by other countries like Cuba, Brazil, Nicaragua, Panama. Also, we've been exporting to Panama. We exported 40,000 tons of rice to Panama in 2017. And then we also exported to the United States of America. So in terms of markets, just to support what the minister has said, Guyana has a wide, diverse base of buyers of rice and rice products. This augurs well for the country.
The previous year, there was an all-time high of rice and rice products exports, seeing close to 540,000 tons of rice, valued at US $201 million, sent overseas for 2017. The previous all-time high was in 2015, when more than 535,000 tons were exported.
The industry is continually expanding and farmers are making concerted efforts to improve their output. In April, reports of higher yields from cultivation resulted in over 530,000 tons of paddy production projected. This up from 9% from the 488,833 tons initially projected for this year's first crop.
Thus far to date, we've seen excellent performance in the first crop of 2018 for first rice crop. To date, we have harvested over 59% across the country, and we have seen an increase in yields Yield increases have moved from 2 bags per acre to as much as 9 bags per acre. This has been really good for the farmers. They have also been receiving higher prices for their production.
By April 8 this year, 51,280 hectares of 87,539 hectares was harvested. This is equivalent to 4.9 million bags of paddy. The general manager described this production increase as one that bodes well for the industry.
This fares very well for the sector, very well for the industry, because we've been getting increases in terms of inquiries and increased opportunities to market our products. All of the production, the increased production that we have seen, has been committed to market, which is a good thing for our producers and the business persons involved in the sale. All of the production has been committed to the market, so we were able to fulfill our markets.
At that time, regions 2, 3, 4, and 6 had harvested more than 50% of their cultivation, with region 5 harvesting exactly 50%. While the GRDB awaited its final results for the first crop of 2018, the board released a new paddy variety, GRDB 15, on April 26th. This new variety has shown excellent vigor and good tilling ability in tests. Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder described the new variety as another step in Guyana's rice industry's evolution.
Today marks the beginning of another exciting chapter in the evolution of the productive potential of Guyana's rice industry. The release of this new high-yielding variety builds on the results of continuing research at the Rice Research Station at Burma. The Guyana Rice Development Board is constantly searching for and incorporating new varieties and technology to improve the productivity of rice farming in Guyana.
The semi-dwarf paddy variety has excellent features according to the Agriculture Minister.
GRDB is a high-yielding variety that provides more bags per acre, which translates into increased income for farmers. The variety also has a strong tolerance to lodging. It has better milling recovery, of 5% more yield when compared with other varieties, meaning millers too will increase their incomes.
The GRDB 15 paddy variety was developed by the Guyana Rice Development Board. Before its release, it was put through 33 trials at the Burma Rice Research Station and farmers countrywide. It is expected that the variety will be a good economic choice for the farmers and will see a rapid expansion of acreage across the country. GRDB 15 is currently available for cultivation in 2018.
Shortly after this release, Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu disclosed that there were groundbreaking records of paddy exports to Mexico. He made this fact known during a courtesy call from the Ambassador of Mexico, His Excellency Ivan Roberto Sierra, and his delegation to Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu at his official residence.
I'm very happy to report that Mexico, since last year, has bought 174,000 tons of paddy from Guyana. I want to give back that figure. 174,000 tons of Guyana paddy have been exported to Mexico. And for us, and for all rice farmers in Guyana, this has been a significant breakthrough in finding markets for our rice and for our paddy.
Guyana has taken aim at the Mexican rice market since 2015 when Prime Minister Nagamutu visited that country and made a robust representation for Guyana's rice exporters following the collapse of the Venezuelan market. Since then, several steps have been taken to ready rice exporters to tap into the Mexican market, and in March 2017, a business delegation of grain producers and exporters from Guyana participated in the largest trade fair for food retailers in Latin America and the Caribbean. The event attracted more than 50,000 visitors from 40 countries around the world to the expo in Guadalajara, Mexico. It provided new opportunities to tap into the Mexican market and others. On July 1, 2017, more than 2 years after losing the major rice market in Venezuela, Guyana started shipping paddy to Mexico. The initial shipment was 17,000 tons. Deputy General Manager of the Guyana Rice Development Board, Alison Peters, was at the Manishwar Wharf to witness the first shipment of paddy leave Guyana's shores.
What we're witnessing here is the loading of the first rice vessel on a contract between the AC Hack of Cane Grove and the Mexico a company in Mexico. This is a private arrangement, and the contract here is for 60,000 tons of paddy. This first vessel will take 17,000 tons of paddy, and this is the first movement of any product into Mexico from Guyana at this point. So this is a new market.
In March this year, following a meeting between officials of the GRDB and Mexican Ambassador Ivan Roberto Sierra, it was agreed that the Spanish-speaking country's market quota will be increased from 130,000 tons to 150,000 tons. This would include either rice or paddy. The new agreement is valid to end in 2019. Chairman of the Guyana Rice Millers Association, Rajendra Prasad, and co-owner of Non-Prasad and Company Limited, stated that Mexico as an emerging market has huge implications for Guyana. Prasad is reported as saying, "It is a major game changer for rice in Guyana. We have been looking for new markets. It also creates further demands, of course, a boost to our farmers and helps stabilize price locally and boost exports." According to official statistics from July to December 2017, Guyana has exported more than 113,525 tons of paddy to the Latin American nation. Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu recently disclosed that Mexico will soon be taking white rice from local producers. As a result of the higher trade levels, Mexico has become the largest individual destination for local paddy. This, Prime Minister Nagamutu pointed out, will bring greater benefits for local stakeholders.
Today I feel vindicated that it is possible that our farmers can have greater markets for their produce, particularly rice and paddy, and that the rice industry has a viable, profitable future in this country. And I want to personally thank the government and the business sector of Mexico, and to pay compliment to Ambassador Ivan Martinez for his leadership in spearheading this effort to improve the trade relationship between our two countries.
It should also be noted that prior to 2015, Guyana had not exported to the Cuban market for a number of years. However, the amount now being exported has increased by more than 100%. In 2017, Guyana exported 15,512 tons to Cuba. The amount was supplied from just one miller exporter. Since then, 2 millers have been given contracts to export to Cuba. Thus far for 2018, Guyana has exported 37,418 tons of paddy to Cuba, valued at $18.9 million, and we still have more to send.
The new markets are impacting positively on the industry as rice farmers are receiving good prices for their crops.
The average price ranges for paddy is $46,114 to $50,754 per metric ton. This works out between $3,000 to $3,300 per bag. The higher prices are due to the availability of new markets, GRDB General Manager Nizam Hassan said.
So there's increased opportunities and increased markets for us. As such, there's a greater demand for our production from Guyana, which resulted in millers paying higher prices on this crop. Prices went as much as $3,000 per bag for grade A paddy, and farmers are extremely happy. We have not, well, let's say that the farmers are happy that the prices they've been receiving for their production has been good.
The rice industry is one of the biggest employers in Guyana and stands with gold and sugar as the biggest foreign country earners in Guyana. When the coalition government assumed office in 2015, they inherited a rice sector that had already lost the Venezuelan rice market. The previous administration had lost this premium market just before the elections, but kept it a secret and never disclosed this to the rice farmers. It was only on this administration assuming office was it made clear when documents were discovered that revealed that Venezuela was no longer buying Guyana's rice. In the face of these challenges, President David Granger himself affirmed the future of the industry. He assured that his administration will work to bring an end to the farmers' anxiety and apprehensions and focus on their energies towards increasing competitiveness.
Rice is too big to fail. We have a vision for rice. We have a vision for the industry. We have a vision for the contribution that rice can continue to make in Guyana's growth. We do have challenges, yes, but we must disabuse ourselves of the view that the industry is on the point of collapse.
The new administration has since tackled this issue by implementing systems and actively seeking out new markets. This has allowed the local rice sector to rebound, and it is on track to surpass previous levels.
You have been watching InfoHub Extended, where we highlighted the advances the administration has been making in resuscitating the local rice industry. Thanks for watching. Do join us again.